warm welcome to another episode of the Learning Podcast. Very warm welcome to Shubhayu Sengupta. Uh, Thank you so much, Shubhayu, for joining today. Any welcome words before we start up the podcast?
No, would just like to thank you, Ravi, for inviting me for this session. Always a delight to meet up with old colleagues and friends. Uh, Please remember, I said old colleagues, friends are still there. So it's not old friends. So truly a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shubhayu. So let me quickly go through your background. Shubhayu has done his electrical engineering degree from Jadavpur University and PMR, Personal Management and Industrial Relations from XLRI Jamshedpur. He's worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers, Swiss Re, Wells Fargo, EY, HGS, Sagility, and Gloplax. Shubhayu comes with more than 25 years of deep human resources experience across both line HR and consulting in global corporations across multiple geographies and domains. He's worked in the Big Four consulting professional services organizations, global financial institutions out of the US and Europe, and in the BPM sector in the healthcare business. He has got extensive experience around competency design, talent management, compensation benefits design, streamlining performance management, right sizing people, policies, practices, and driving the tenets of culture, which provide the engagement glue in the organization. Shubhayu, more than this, is known as a human HR leader. And that's been my experience too. For the audience, for this podcast with Shubhayu, we've got 4 themes. We will look at his insights for young L&D professionals and HR management grads. We're focusing on L&D because I've got the background of L&D and I want to take advantage of that. The second theme is on the future of learning and artificial intelligence in human resources. The third one, as usual, will be on layoffs and human HR. And the last one, the influencers, the leaders who have actually influenced Shubhayu in his corporate and personal journey as well. So those are the 4 themes, Shubhayu. I'll start off with the first question. What are the top 3 corporate lessons which helped you thrive in your 25-year-old career, Shubhayu?
I think is this also an extension of the question on what would be my suggestion?
Yeah.
For HR professionals and L&D professionals.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think one can probably juxtapose both. And in my view, they are very difficult actually to do it in 3 statements, Ravi. But I would think one is I have always been a very strong believer in functional competence. I think the domain expertise can never be not thought of as being one of the most important elements of how successful and how happy you are in doing what you're doing. So strong and deep functional knowledge is very critical. I mean, there's no substitute for that. And that also helps you, transcend, the different challenges which face you as HR and learning evolves as a function. So if you have your basics right, it's very easy to then, with an attitude of wanting to learn all the time, an innate passion and desire for what you do, will help you thrive in any environment. So that for me would be number 1. I think the second part is sometimes we tend to, perhaps not give so much importance, is understanding the business that your function is enabling. Too often we don't kind of pay too much of attention to understand absolutely the nuts and bolts of the business function that you are supporting.
Right.
And typically what happens because of that is you become a very well-intentioned professional, whether you are HR or learning, but you're not a relevant HR or learning professional.
Yeah.
And I think to really earn the seat on the table and be a trusted business advisor, you need to understand the business. Your entire positioning of your function and what it adds in terms of value to the organization gets that much more stronger and robust if you understand the business. You speak the language of the business. Yeah. It's a very different conversation than you're having with a business leader.
Yeah.
That would be my second point. The third would be, something which, I genuinely believe in, is having passion and pride in what you do. At whatever stage you are, and specifically for HR and L&D professionals, remember, and of course, this is what I strongly believe in, we are truly privileged to be in a function where we are impacting people's lives. So if you have the pride and the passion with a sufficient dose of humility, I think you will do well. So these are perhaps the three attributes which I have tried personally, and I haven't succeeded too much, I must confess. But I genuinely believe these help you or hold you in good stead as you build your profession.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Shubhayu.